So now let's go ahead and create this screen quick. So yeah, so where is this? This is this conversation screen. I'll be closing others. I can see this app bar is fairly normal how we are using in others. So I'm going to say scaffold app bar main. If I will save this now, it'll be done. Next, what I would be using a body section. In that body section, I want two things. You can see first is actually going to be this one, this list. Second is going to be this. One thing which you can think of is I can arrange them vertically, one above the other, but that's not what I'm going to do. Why? Well, when the user clicks on this, he should be able to type in a message, and this should go above the keyboard, not should be below the keyboard. He should be able to see that. For that, a better approach which I find out was using a stack. So I can say stack, and then I can say children. Okay, now inside that particular children, I'm going to use two things. The first one is going to be this list. The second one is going to be a container. Inside that container is going to be another container, and that container is going to have a row. That row is going to have a text and a image. I hope you remember something. It looks a little bit like such, isn't it? It does, okay? It does. So that's why I'm not going to create it again. I'm going to not it does not make sense to like just go ahead and create it from scratch. Rather, what I would recommend to do is let me what did I did? Well, I just basically copy pasted the same one which I used in the search, and I also wrapped it up in a container, and that container was provided a alignment so that it is at the bottom. Now I just want to change these things. So I want to change the search username to message, and this one to send. So what was the name of that again? Send.png. Okay, so this is going to be send, and if I will save that, you can see it's over there. Pretty quick, huh? Now let's just go ahead and create a list. Before that, we actually this is a pretty interesting one to create according to the depending condition. But we need to create a widget first, which is going to be the widget of chat message list, and that list actually going to return things like that. Now, one thing is very important. We would like to make our chat a real-time chat. What do I mean by that? Well, when I says real-time chat, I mean that if somebody sends me the message, I should not have to pull to refresh or go back and go open this screen again. It should be real-time available. For that, we have to use stream. Okay, stream. I think we have used that before as well, and hopefully that is clear. If not, we will be clearing it up, dude. Don't worry. You're in the right place. So what should we do first? Well, I'm thinking first let's go ahead and create the backend for this. So for the backend, we will be going inside this database.dart, and we have to create a what? We have to create a function which is basically going to accept a message, and it's going to add that message. So let me show you how I am planning to structure my database backend. So this is the users. A chat room should have created, hopefully, finger crossed, hopefully. Okay, so you can see chat room is created, and it should be created by Sanskar and Tiwari. That's interesting. Yeah, so what do I want next? I would create a collection of chats. I will have an auto generated ID, and I will have a field of message. Hello, hi, tata, bye. So basically what will be happening is we will be creating a collection inside of the document which we have, in which we have this chat room information, and in that particular collection we will have different documents for each individual message. Now we just don't want to send the message, we also want to send by, so it's going to be send by me. So let me call that Sanskar and add that. Okay, so this is how it should be. Hopefully this is clear. If not, so this is how we want to structure the database. So let me just kind of minimize it a little bit so that we can easily see that. Okay, now let's get back to the back end of our app and see how we can structure it according to this. So if I will click on this, we first need to go into this chat room. So let me call this one get conversation messages. So get conversation messages. What is something which would be required? Well, the first thing which is going to be required is the chat room ID, which is going to be string. We know that. So let me provide the data type. Inside of that, I'm going to say Firestore dot instance, then dot collection. The first collection is going to be this one, which is chat room. So I'll say chat room. Sorry for it if I don't pronounce it how you do, but that's how we do. So inside of that, we want to go inside the document by chat room ID. Then inside of that, I would like to go inside a collection, which is going to be chats. Inside of that, I would like to add a document, right? So it's going to be add, which is going to accept a map. So map is going to be, let's call it message map. Makes sense? So let me call it message map. And that's all. We can also catch errors if we are able to. So we will do, and we will do the debugging stuff, and a semicolon will be doing. Okay, so now let me use this function from the conversation screen. So this is chat message list. Inside of that, what we want to do, well, actually we will not be able to load this list first. Let's make this able to add a message. Basically, I should be able to type something here, and send it, right? So to make this work, what I will do is when we will click on the send message, I will create a function. Let's say, okay, I will call this send message, and this is actually going to do that particular thing. That basically, let me create that database methods, and database method is equals to new database methods, and then I can say database methods dot get user by username. No. We want get conversation messages, and what am I doing? Sorry guys. Yeah, so this is this expects two things, a lot of expectations. So chat room ID and message map. So that's what we want to provide. We want to provide a chat room ID. We don't even have that ourselves. So let's accept that. So I'm going to say string chat room ID, and what do we want other than that? We want the map. So yeah, map can be created inside that as well. Conversation screen, this dot chat room ID. Okay, so what was you saying again? Also, let me make this final because this is not going to change ever. Chat room ID. Also, as I mentioned before as well, whenever we are using a stateful widget to access these, we will be saying widget dot the variable name, not the variable name, but yeah, whatever. The second thing is, this is chat room ID, right? Second thing is the message map. Message map is actually going to have two things, as I can see. I need who sent that, and I need the message. So that is going to be interesting. That's easy. We don't actually need something to be sent. We just basically want to send a chat room ID. That's all for now. Okay, so let's create the map. So I'm going to say map, and that maps, as I can see, the key value pair both are string. If that is not clear, comment that down below. I'll be happy to help on that, and things of that nature. So if we talk about the map, I'm going to just call it message map, and it's going to be equals to like that. Okay, and in that we will be doing something like that. I'm going to say message, and the message, this is going to be the message. How am I going to get the message? Well, we have this controller. We are not going to use a search controller, but we are going to create another text editing controller, which is going to be called message controller. controller is equals to new text editing controller, and this message controller is actually okay. So this message controller, before doing any of this stuff, I'm going to say message controller text dot is not empty. That's pretty cool, because that is required, right? We want to make sure that it's not empty when we are doing this. Okay, so now I can pass this message map. I can pass this message controller to the thingy thing, and I can also say send by, and then I can say my name, because now it's saving. Now it's performing a hot reload, so the app has stopped. So let me click on open again. I'm not sure why this happened. Maybe because we have added a lot of stuff, but we have not loaded. Okay, so the problem why this happened was because we are actually using chat. I don't get this. Why am I logged out? Why did you kick me out? I believe some kind of error happened. Not expected thing, but let's see. Okay, so now let me create another account. Just want it to be a fresh account. So I'm going to say QWERTY, QWERTY@gmail.com. Password QWERTYUIOP. Then click on sign up. Just click on sign, and then we can search for some stuff. You can see that value is also added. So now if I will go to the chat room, we will create another chat room with the name QWERTY and Sanskar, which will be like QWERTY Sanskar underscore QWERTY, whatever comes first. Seems like it is created, not sure. Is it? In which screen are we? This is a blank screen. I'm not sure what is happening. Okay, I don't think this is happening. And if I click on this for once, okay, tell me one thing. When you are sending the user from the chat room screen, okay, so when we are sending the user from the chat room screen to that search screen, what are we doing? We're doing the push, right? So that's okay. But when I'm doing this message, I'm actually doing okay. So overall, I think there is a problem in this conversation screen, and the problem is just filled with a lot of stuff, but nothing seems to be a problem. Okay, so it says this expected function. So it's saying that it expected a function, but it does not get that, things like that. Okay, not sure what it is asking for, but what we can do is what do you think, which we have added? Well, we have added this. Okay, I don't think this is actually causing any problem, but anything else which can cause a problem, I don't think so. So what I can do is I can actually don't have this. Okay, the app is not running. Wow, how can we see the error? It's actually closed, so let me restart the app again. And yeah, like this is actually really interesting for you guys. You are not going to just learn how to build stuff, which is kind of, because sometimes it becomes like literally just copying pasting whatever the person who is doing in that, and that actually has happened with me as well, and you never learn by that. But when I'm doing these problems, and it is always going to happen. Okay, I'm not making a tutorial on how to upload a data, and I'm just telling you 4 lines of code and it's not going to be error. I'm creating a full freaking app in front of you. Okay, things like this happen, so it is also helping you to learn about how to do this debugging stuff. So the people who are actually watching, good for you. You are not just learning how to create, but also how to debug. So one thing which was good at this time is actually this screen was visible, not the sign in one. So that is good. Now let's go ahead and search for the user. So I'm going to search for Sanskar and I'm going to click on search. Okay, so now let's see if we are able to create that chat room. So if I will click on this, we are actually redirected to this screen. And let's see if the chat room is created. The chat room should be created between two users. I'm not sure. One by which we have logged in, and one should be the other account. So I'm not sure if the chat room is created, but this is the one which we created before, Sanskar and Tiwari. And right now I think I'm logged in with a QWERTY. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let me log in with that QWERTY account, QUERTY @gmail.com, and I'm going to pass in the password, sign in. If it's not accepting, QWERTY. Okay, this seems like this seems not good. Okay, one thing which I believe may be problematic in this one as well, we are saving save username as well. Okay, so that was a problem. So let me fix that quick. I'll just create a new account with I am awesome @gmail.com, QWERTYUIOP, then sign up. Okay, wait a second, did I save that? Because if I did not, that is not a good thing to be happen. Okay, I don't think I have saved that. It is going to show me a lot of error. Okay, it did show that Tiwari, but I don't think the chat room is created. Yeah, it's not. So let me log out and create awesome @gmail.com, QWERTYUIOP, sign up. Okay, so if I will go and search for the user, for example, I'm searching for Sanskar. If I click on send message, awesome and awesome Sanskar. So yeah, we have fixed that problem through the sign up. That was the biggest problem which we were having. So yeah, now the chat room ID is saved, the users is saved. What is the next step? Now we want to save the message. So we actually have worked on it already, and we would like to do one more thing. So for that will be message controller.text, and when we will click on the send button, we are basically going to call this function which is called send message. So let me do that quick. Send message, and yeah, you just have to save this one. Save. So now I can say hello, and if I will click on this, it is actually supposed to be creating a collection, but let's see if it does that or it does not. One thing which I personally think is okay, it have actually created chats, it has created a message, done. That's really good. Okay, so what do we want next? Well, we want to show that in a list view. Okay, so let's do that. In the list view, we actually, as I mentioned before, so we are going to accept all of these as a stream so that we can show them in the real time, how we have done in the chat room or how we will do in the chat room as well. Okay, so let's go back to the database and create that. So this is chat room, we get conversation messages. We actually have already created the function, so we should just call this function. When we should call this function in the init state when we start this. Should we call it directly here? I think we can. Database methods dot get conversation messages, and it expects two arguments. The first is a chat room ID and the second is a map. Excuse me, I'm not clear about this. Why do we need a map again? It's a get conversation messages or add conversation messages. It's actually add. So let me create a get. So in the get, we actually just want to provide the chat room ID, and we will be just saying get documents. We would not be doing this catch error, but let's do it. Okay, hopefully it works. Actually not get documents, it's not going to provide us the stream. So now you can see if I will click on this, it provides this queries stream of query snapshot. That's exactly what we want. We don't want this catch error for now. Okay, so now let's get back over here and paste this one. This is the one which we need to call, and we will be using this widget.chatroom ID, which we will pass, and this will get us the data. No, not directly. We will need to use the then function. Inside then we will say this, and then we will have this value, and that value should be assigned to a particular stream which we can create. So that stream, let's say call it that chat message stream, and and then what we can do, we can say chat message stream is equals to value, and then what do we want? We also want to do set state, and let's go ahead and return a stream builder over here. So I'm going to say stream builder. It's going to have a stream. That stream is going to be chat message stream. Then we are going to have a builder. Builder is going to have a context, and also it's going to have a snapshot. Okay, it's going to end with a semicolon. Over here we will be returning a ListView dot builder, and this is actually going to have two important properties. The first is the item count, which we can get through the chat message stream dot documents dot data. Oh, okay, over here we just can use the snapshot. No requirement to use that. Documents, nope. Data, yeah. Documents, nope. Okay, what do you have? Length, documents dot length, snapshot dot data dot documents. Okay, that worked. Context, index, and then we will return. So here we will be basically returning that tile. Okay, this is a tile which we will be creating. So let's go ahead and build this one. So we have done this multiple times, even in this video. So this is going to be called message tile. This is just a name what I'm providing, but over what it is basically a container. Inside of that we have the message. So now, right, for easiest process, I'm just going to have the message over here. Then we can basically design it. Okay, message. The message is going to be string, so I'm going to name it like that. It's the final because it's going to be final. It's not going to be changed. Then I'm going to define the constructor so that I can get that value like this dot message, and I'm going to use that over here. Done. I'm going to copy that, paste, no, space, and then paste, and then I'm going to say snapshot dot data dot documents, then index dot data, and now over here we can provide the key. So the key is message, what is it? MESSAGE. Yeah, this is very important. Make sure this is MESSAGE only. If you type anything wrong, it will not work. So okay, so it says that we have an error. Okay, if I click on this, it says that get conversation message expected one, and you are oh my god, no. Add conversation message, save, hello. So one more hello should be added. Also, we want to just get rid of that. Once we have sent one message, this should be cleared up. So I'm going to just say message controller, and when we have once we have added the conversation to the message, I'm going to say is dot text is equals to nothing. Let me reload it so that we can see if the message has been sent or not. If it is not sent, then we can come back and okay, so it is not actually sent as much as I can see. So when I click on send message, it was checking if it is empty or not, but it seems to be understanding that to be an empty. Or is it? Okay, what can we do? Well, as how I am thinking about this, I can actually write some stuff over here and click on send. Okay, it actually worked out. Yeah, it is working fine, but now it's time to see the data. I'm not able to see the data. First, let's just give it a style, simple or medium text style, and if I will save that. Okay, so the data is actually going to be loaded when we open this up. So if I will click on message, this is the method then was called on a null. Okay, so method then was called on a null, it is saying. So this was called on a null. This is null. So where is database method? It is fine, but this is null. So this is not returning anything. So we have to actually return this. So now let me restart the app again, and we will be searching for Sanskar. So click on search, and we want to search for Sanskar, SANSKAR, and click on search. Click on message, and we will get this. Has no instant method, then receive an instance of platform, tried calling, then dynamic null closure class map stream platform. So it is basically saying there is no then kind of method. So if that is the case, then what we will do, we will just cut this out. I don't think this is the problem. Let's do this. Wait, async, because it's going to take some time. Maybe that is the problem. And rather than searching it again and again, let me show all the chat rooms here. So if I go to the chat room screen, I can actually show the list of all the chat rooms available. Get user info is there. So let me go to the database. Are we getting all the get chat room function? Okay, let me just first fix this, not make more things complicated. Why is it written automatically? I did not wrote it. Sanskar, search, message, hello Sanskar, how are you? So the data is added, but it's not being reflected over here. So the reason for that can be, what can be the reason? Well, it is chat messages stream. Am I using this anywhere? I don't think so. Okay, so it says the list document snapshot has no instance getter length. So that is saying that document snapshot LENGTH. What am I doing? Hello. Oh. Good. This is good, but this is not good. We want this message to be at the end. Okay, so with this message, I'm also going to send a timestamp. How we are going to do that? I'm just going to attach that over here. So let me see time, and then I can say date time dot now dot to something epoche. What is it? Millisecond. Yeah, this epoche. Whatever it is. Okay. It says int can be assigned to string. Who said it is a string? It is dynamic. Is it? Yep. Okay, so because we are passing in a different variable rather than using the string value all the time, that's why I changed this to dynamic. Now let me delete the collection of chats and click on delete. Also, when we are getting all of these messages, where is this? Get conversation messages. There is an interesting thing. Dot sort by okay. Dot order by. Okay. Order by, and we want to order them by time. And now you can save this. So we don't have any message. Hello, how are you? I am awesome. Fine, thank you. It's actually above, so we can actually descending true. That's how it works. False. It does not seems to have changed anything. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Chat. So we have this time, okay, and that is actually a number, and we are actually ordering by that. But I don't think this is working perfectly fine, because if I say this, okay, this is below. Hello is above, but that should be below. This should be below. This should be like kind of at the bottom, but it's arranging according to this one, which is not the correct way what we want. Time is actually like this itself. Let me just reload restart this app again. Click on search, type in Sanskar, click on search, click on message. This should be below. Okay, now it is working perfectly fine. Now you may be wondering, well, wait, why, what this error is, man? Well, the error this is when this is actually starting, it was null for a second or something. So we will be first saying snapshot dot has data question mark, and if it does not have data, then just show a container, man. So now we will not face this error anymore. So now if I will say this is awesome, this chat app works like crazy. So you can see now it is perfectly like how it should be. Whether this is the third last over here, but it is showing it the last because we have arranged that according to the time. Yeah, so what is the next step? Make it beautiful. Let's do some makeup. So for this particular one, we have to actually provide some styling. We have provided the color and stuff, but it's time for a little bit more than that. I'm just going to grab this and paste this over here, and it's going to be a little bit complex than that. So let's not complex, don't worry, please just is send by me. So this is basically a boolean value. I'm asking if it is sent by me, because according to this particular boolean value, if it is sent by me, I am going to change the color of this, also the alignment of this, also the border radius of this, also so let's accept this. So I'm going to say this dot is sent by me, but we are not actually saving that, aren't we? So how will we will be able to check it? Here's the trick, comma, copy this all, paste it over here. Would send it, so make it send by excuse me, equals to my name. So if the send by is equals to my name, then we can do whatever we want, like however we want. That's the is send by. So now what do I want? I firstly will be wrapping this container in a container. Why am I doing that? Well, I want to provide it alignment. This container will be having a width of the display. How can we get the width of the display? By saying media query dot of context dot size dot width, and we can also use this if we want height. Okay, so how do we want alignment? So if it is sent by me question mark, then I want the alignment to be right hand side. So I'll say right, center right, it's fine. But if it is not sent by me, then I want it to be in the left. Center right, left is fine. So let me save that and see if anything happens. So yeah, you can see all of these messages are actually sent by myself only. So that's why all of them have been shifted over here. But if I will change any of them to awesome, so for example, okay, awesome is the one who is sending them. So let me change one of them to SANSTAR. Okay, so you can see, let me set two more so that we SANSTAR. Okay, so now you can see it's visible. So now we want some more things. We want to provide this gradient color. How do we provide this gradient color? We use decoration for that. So we will say gradient, linear gradient, and linear gradient asks for colors. Now here's the thing. If sent by me, then it will be on other colors. So this is actually color combination. Let me grab them from the last project of mine. They will be in the chat room. Okay, so where are you? I thought they should be there. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, they should be in the chat. Yeah, these are the one. Copy, minimize, paste. Is sent by me. Okay, now we want some padding. Okay, so let's go ahead and provide some padding. So I'm going to say padding, edge insets dot symmetric, horizontal around 24, vertical around 8. Save that. I think 24 is a little bit more than required, but I think it looks fine. It looks fine. Okay. So now we want a little bit more margin as well. So I'm going to go give it a margin. Edge insets. Why am I providing margin? We want to have some space between them, horizontal. So symmetric will be margin. So I'm providing a vertical margin of around 8. And if I will save that, you can see they have some space between them. I think I want a little bit more vertically padding. The padding is 16, which looks good enough. I think I'm not sure why is it looking like that to me, but okay, let's go ahead and provide this border radius. So how do we provide that border radius? We will just go ahead over here and say border radius, and if it is sent by me question mark, then we will say border radius dot only. Where do we want to provide the border radius if it is sent by me? If it is sent by me, I want to provide at both the of top. So let's define that. So I will say top left radius dot circular around 23, and then I will say top right radius dot circular 23, and also I want to provide that from this left hand side. So I'll say left bottom radius dot circular 23, not 223, 23 is enough. Okay, but if it is not, then I'm going to copy this all. Rather than using this bottom left, I'll be using bottom right. correct? Yep, oh my god, this is like, what are you doing? Okay, now if I will save this, I don't know, this looks a little bit paddingless. Is the text size small or what? No, this was actually fine. I think text size should be 70 only. Yeah, text size is fine. Actually, we need a little bit of a padding from both the sides. So for that, I'm going to go into the main one and I'm going to use this one. I'm going to say padding is sent by me question mark. Then I'll provide. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't want to provide the padding from both the side. I just want to provide from one side. So I'll be using only over here, and I'll say from left. So if it is sent by me, which means this one, from left we want nothing. So I'm going to say 0. But if it's not sent by me, then I want 24. Similarly for right, if it's sent by me, so let me say is sent by me, then we want some around 24. If it is not sent by me, I want nothing from that. So if I will see that, it looks good. It really looks good. What is the next requirement? Well, if I will click on back, we want to see that chat over here. So we can do that if we go to Chatroom screen. Let me minimize this for a second. Click on this. Sorry. Okay, so basically what we want to do now is we want to see all the chat rooms in which we are a member. So how can we do that? We first need to go to database and okay, so we will create a function. We have not created yet. So get chat rooms, which is actually going to accept one and only one thing, which is going to be username, and that username will be provided. Okay, so how I will do that? So I'll first return this. So I'll say Firestore dot instance dot dot collection chat room dot. Okay, so what do we have over here? We have order by get document where. I'll say where users comma contains array contains user name dot get documents. Actually I'm going to go for a snapshot because I want them to be available. Okay, what do we want more? Well, we want this to be inside the chat room screen. So let me take it this side, let me close all to the right, and use this. Okay, so we will be getting this data when we initiate. So to use this, I'm actually going to need this database methods, and I'm going to define a database method is equals to database methods. Sorry, I sometimes like kind of get too much, but believe me, it's so yeah, database methods dot get chat room, get chat rooms. We have to pass the username, which is my name. Dot then we will create a stream. Why am I creating a stream? Because this is snapshot returns a stream. Why am I using this as snapshot rather than getting documents, how we have done for things like chat search? Well, the reason for that is I want this to be automatically or basically be synced with the data available over here. If the other user deletes the chat, I want this user to don't have the chat as well. It's kind of delete from both sides, right? So this stream is going to be called chat rooms stream. Again, we will create a widget which is going to be chat room list, and that list is going to be kind of it is kind of a function, so it's going to return a stream builder. Inside of that stream builder, it's going to have a stream, and that stream is going to be called chat room stream. Then we are going to have a builder. That builder is going to have a context and the snapshot. If this really sounds a little bit confusing, don't worry guys, believe me, the only thing which is left other than like me explaining is you doing this. If you do this, if you're not able to understand, just go ahead and build this app again or build another app. I have personally built this app 4 to 5 times, but still you can see I made some errors. It's not that you will always make some error, but as much as you will practice, you will learn it. So don't worry if you are not able to understand something, you just need practice. You don't have to worry. Okay, so what next? Well, we have to do ListView.builder, and then I can say item count, and item count is going to be Chatroom stream dot data. Was that? Okay, we just have to pass in. No, actually we don't need this. We use this. We need to use a snapshot, right? Dot data dot documents dot length. Okay, over here we will have context slash index, and then we will have we will return. Okay, we will end this with a semicolon, and we need a list tile, so I'm going to create that stateless. This is going to be like this: minimize. We want this to look like this. So this is going to be called Chatrooms tile. Now this is going to be a container with a child, and that is going to be a row, and that is going to have a child that is going to be container. What is container? Why am I using container? Why am I using this? Why am I using that? Well, the first reason why I'm using row is basically we are arranging two different widgets in a horizontal manner, so that's why I'm using it according like that. If we talk about the sized box, sized box is basically I'm using it to provide a little bit of space, which you can see over here, this one. So I think it's not much, but I can provide for it. And then I want to add a text. That text is going to have the name. This is going to be interesting. You'll see what I'm doing. So a string, and this is going to be username, which is other username, not our name, but yeah. So this is actually final, so obviously we need to get this value from the constructor. This dot username. Okay, so what next? Over here what I did was I basically dot substring 0,1, which basically provides us the first string value. So inside the container I actually created a child which was text, and I used this like this, provided a color of something like blue, I think, dot blue, and also provided some border radius. So if we want to provide that with color, then we should have to define the color inside the box decoration as well. So I'll say border radius dot only or circular. Well, I'm going to go for circular, and I want to fix the height and width of this as well. I'll say height will be 40, width will be 40 as well. This was not correct. I think it's much better to have it uppercase. So what you can do is you can say dot to uppercase. Username should have some styling, so I'm going to say style, and I'm going to say medium text style. I'm not sure if that's going to look good or not, but it's what it is. Paste that there. Okay, now let me save that. Not just save. I'm actually going to. It's having errors. Okay, so let me copy this chat room tile and come over here. Now is the time, bro. Okay, so we need to say snapshot dot data dot documents index dot data. I think so. We need to provide that particular value, how we are getting the username. And this is actually really interesting. You may be thinking, hey, wait a second. You're going inside the chat room, you're getting all the documents, or basically these one. You should be getting these values, right? Basically we will be getting these values. How are you able to get a username from this? Are you going to go inside the users? I don't know, I'm not creating a users array list and stuff like that. What I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to get chat room ID. You may be thinking like, wait, why are you getting chat room ID but assigning that value to a username? That does not make sense. Well, neither it does make sense to me, but there's a thing we says in Hindi, आगे आगे देखो होता है क्या. So just wait for a minute or so and you'll see what is happening. So it's not visible, it says not instance dot then. This was actually happening before as well. So how did we fix it? So we did it by actually checking it out. So the problem was we are not returning, but in this one actually we are returning. So get chat room is perfectly fine, but we are not accepting that value. So I'm going to say value, and I'm going to set that value to my chat room stream. So I'm going to say is equals to value. Now what I will do, I will go to the run and I will save it, restart it maybe. Hopefully it should work. And okay, one thing which is also going to be important, you have to do set state after that. And if you will do that, let's see if it works. Hopefully should. It says that the class has no instance method then. Okay, what is this? This is get chat rooms, and it is actually returning a snapshot. This says that it does not have that method. Okay, let's do one thing which we did for this above function as well, because that above function was also showing the same error. Okay, so we just have to do that await thing, and let me restart that app again. So finger crossed. Okay, now the problem is we are not even, again, we are really awesome. We don't even have a body and we want to see the list. So let me save this, or restart this. But it makes sense actually if you think about why it is happening. That one I know, I basically can do that if it has data then only show this, or else just show a container. That's not a problem. Okay, we can just easily fix that. The problem is after that, why is it not showing data once it is loaded? So the reason for that can be that I am not okay. The reason for that can be that I am so awesome. Let me cut this out. And once we will get this value, then only we are going to call that. Is it reloaded? Okay. This is good. This is really good. This is good. We want to make this A in the center, so I'll say alignment center, and I can say that. Now I can provide it some padding because we want that padding edge insets dot symmetric, horizontal 24, vertical 16. Looks good. Now you may be thinking, Sanskar, I don't want to show this does not look good enough, or things like that. So I will say, okay, what do you want to show? Well, I want to show the name of other person. I will say, okay, so what is the name of the other person? Well, Sanskar, I think our name is awesome, so the other person's name is Sanskar. We want to show that. Okay, I understand. So what do you think? How can we show that? I think we need to save more data. No man, no, we don't need to. So I'm going to say .toString dot replace all. I'm going to say I don't want this underscore, so replace it with nothing. Then replace all my name and replace it with nothing. What do you think if I will remove this underscore and my name from this? It will be left with other person name. So that's awesome. So actually guys, now one step is left as well, which is actually going to be sending the chat room ID, because we want to click on this and we should be send it to that chat room where we can chat with the user, the other user. So I can say this dot chat room. Then what do we want? We want to send this when we. So I'm going to wrap it in a widget. Why am I wrapping it in a widget? Because I want to do something on click. Whenever I want to do something on click, I just tap the widget in the gesture detector and I use the on tap function. Now I want to send the user to the other screen, so I will use navigator. Should I use the navigator.push or should I use navigator.push replacement? Well, the question is very simple. Do I want to give the user an option to go back to this same screen? Yes, I want to. Then we will be using push. So if I would like to not, then I will just replace it. Now we will use the material page route. Pretty kind of same we use. Now we will say conversation screen, and conversation screen actually requires the chat room ID. Chatroom ID. No, Chatroom ID. Why didn't you named it ID? Is it fine everywhere? Why am I able to see some errors? Okay. Now we can say comma and we can say chatroom ID. No, we can actually copy this till this place and paste that. You may be thinking, oh, you're getting the chatroom ID. Oh, you're getting the chatroom ID again. What are you doing, man? The thing was, basically what we are doing is we are getting the chatroom ID itself, but once we are replacing and once we are not. So if I will save this, I just want a little bit of separation. It looks like it's not this kind of tile is not visible. What am I trying to say? This 26 works a little great for me. It just makes now it looks visible that this is the list. Okay, you can click over here as well and it will work. Yo, it's working, guys. So I'm really happy. We have finally completed that. This just took a lot of time. Obviously you learned a lot of things, and yeah, let me know if you have any feedback, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding.